Hello, I'm Rebecca. I'm Jenny's best friend, and I kind of wanted to address some of the things that, you know, when your best friend, you find out your best friend has cancer, it's like, what do I do except, like, so, I didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to think, and I was kind of like just really freaked out about the diagnosis itself, and I was like, okay, we need to make sure she gets chemo, we need to make sure she can do stuff with the boys still, make sure the boys still have things to do. It was just this, all of this mess. So I went online to look it up, like, legit, what can a best friend do for her best friend who has cancer? And there really wasn't anything except be supportive. And I was like, okay, I'm always going to be supportive of her. I already do that. So what other things could I do? And like coming along the way of it and dealing with her diagnosis and what she goes through and seeing her like this versus how I always see her, and it's always us doing completely random crazy things and just having a blast. Like it was just hard to kind of get used to it, I guess. So really, to all of those people who are dealing with family members or best friends who have cancer is, yeah, do be supportive in anything and everything that she's going through. She's going to cry, or he's going to cry. They're going to be upset and mad at the world for a while, and you have to tell them that it's okay to feel those things. Like your breakdown earlier today.
I had a major breakdown today.
Yeah.
We're watching, there's a couple of YouTubers that I follow, and there's this one woman, and their username is Into the Fishbowl, and she has the same type of breast cancer that I do, and it's been less than a year since she completed her chemo, her surgery, her radiation, all of that stuff. It's been less than a year, and it's back, and this time she's terminal. And she was talking about all these numbers about like half of the women with triple negative breast cancer don't make it to the first year out, and 5 to 10% of that make it to the 5-year mark. And I was just, you know, Chris isn't here and my kids aren't here, and I just let myself be scared and had a major breakdown. I don't think I've cried like that since the beginning of this journey when I was told that I had triple negative. Because I've just been holding everything in, and
she let it all out today.
It felt good to let it out.
Yeah, I was like, this is probably something you really need to do. Yeah. I'm just gonna hold you, and we're gonna cry together, and then we're gonna have a good day and try and focus on some happier thoughts. But it can get redundant to say it's gonna be better, it's gonna be okay. That's the normal thing to go to. You don't know, and really the only thing you can say is, I know. It
sucks.
It sucks. Like, you really agree with her at that point, or him. Blah. So at that point with her, like today, it's just hug it out, cry, and then you face it one day at a time. We can't always jump too far into the future because we don't know if that's going to be your case too. Stuff like that. So,
I could be fine, but then I could not be fine. And
yeah.
For me to sit here and say I'm going to be fine, I'm going to be fine, I think it's very naive of me to think that way. I mean, if I live 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, then that's freaking fantastic. But I don't know. What if I don't?
Yeah, things, and then these are the types of things that they're gonna go through. These are the things they sometimes focus on, and it's kind of your job to help them get out of that mentality so they can enjoy what time they do have if it comes down to it. And we already know like how she wants everything to be like, so that means having the boys around her, getting the boys away from her when she's going crazy, and then, you know, stuff like that. It's just being completely supportive, and also being her best friend. I do tend to bring her down from it as much as possible because you're my best friend, I only want you happy. So, and that's one of the hardest things that you're going to deal with, I guess, when you find a friend, one of your best friend or a family member with that diagnosis. But you're there through the long haul. You have to walk through it with them. I haven't been able to make out to a chemo session, but work gets in the way. But
you know, it's like this weekend, Chris went out of town with the boys, and I was just sitting at home, and then Becky just walked up and surprised me, just because she got a new car. It's a reliable car, and she just drove down here out of the blue just to hang out with me. And
yeah,
I was so excited.
You need some smile time.
Yes.
That sounds so creepy.
But I mean, it was what I needed, and I I'm glad that you have the vehicle, because
I am too.
when you have like 2 or 3 days off, you can come down here and visit. And who knows, 2 weeks from now, maybe you can work it out to where you have 3 days off in 2 weeks from now, and you can make it to my next AC treatment.
Yeah, I can probably work
because treatments are going to be every 2 weeks now. So
look at this dog. Look at this dog.
She's so cute.
She's like the size of my dog's head. But she's adorable.
She's so sweet. And also my other dog is out of town. My mother-in-law was leaving and trying to put some harnesses on her dog, and he was just swooping his head in. He's like, I want to go too. I want to go too. And she's like, okay, you could go with me. But this is Buffy. This is our new baby. And she has not been staying with us. She's been staying with my other best friend, Bertha. But I needed my little puppy.
Yeah. So we've been having kind of a girls' day-ish.
Watching movies
few
and
days
stuff.
and
so if you find out that your best friend has cancer, it's okay to be
cry.
scared. To be scared and cry. I mean, what was your first reaction when I called you and told you that I had breast cancer?
I think I did pretty good, like, not crying in front of you, because I really didn't want to do that. I didn't want to make it seem like, I don't know. I did cry after the phone call, but it was because it's like, she has a beautiful life finally, and now you get this. So that broke my heart. It's breaking my heart still. It scared me. It still does. And it's okay to cry in front of them too with them. It's fine.
So you were strong for me earlier when I had my breakdown. Now yours is on camera.
But it was scary, and I don't like that feeling. You know that. And it's okay to cry. It's fine. A lot of people are like, you have to be strong all the time, and no, you don't.
That's impossible.
It's hard to do that, and it's not possible at all.
I mean, that's why I had such a major breakdown today, is because I have been holding everything in and trying not to go into that headspace.
Yeah, it's just we've relied on each other so long to get us through our hard times. Like, when I found out I had lupus, she was right there, like, the whole time, making sure I got my medicine, walking, making sure I was keeping up with everything, because my diagnosis of lupus was just terrible. Like, I could barely move. I was hurting so bad, and it's like, I have to be there for her for this. Like, I don't know, it seems like we've just grown really, like, she's my person. I don't know how else to put it.
If you watch Grey's Anatomy, then you know what we mean when we say, this is my person.
Yeah.
Because
every major decision I run by her. It's just natural to do so. But I don't focus on too much of the harshnesses of it. I try to be strong for her, but there are times where it's like, you're gonna have to cry and let it all out. Otherwise, it's just gonna come out on video, like now. Oops, fuck that up.
Well, and I don't know, like, making that phone call. When I was told that it was breast cancer, I could not call Chris, because Chris wasn't with us. He was at work. I made my mom tell my husband. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I could not do it. And then once she told him, we had gone to another doctor's office to do blood work, and that's when I called Becky and told her. And I don't know, did I tell you that I was sorry? I was telling everybody.
Yeah, and I told you to stop saying sorry. It's not your fault. You can't help this. This is, you can't.
I know there was nothing that I did, but I still, even now, I still carry a lot of guilt with my diagnosis, and it's not like I'm sorry I got cancer. I'm sorry I got cancer. It's I'm sorry that you cry because you're scared that I won't be here in 5 years. And, the thought of me not being here and
it's just
it's
hard.
sad.
It's hard. And that's why I say take it one day at a time, because if you keep thinking 5 years down the road, it's just not going to help you. It's just make it worse. So
yeah, you just have to take it one day at a time. So
and make random trips to visit them. Hooray!
But yeah, most definitely, and And just phone calls, Skyping.
Yes, definitely. We do that a lot.
Yeah.
I live 5 hours away from her, so...
Yeah, it's a pretty big drive to come all the way here, but we do a lot of Skyping, FaceTime, texting, talking, all of that stuff. Just,
almost every single day.
no matter how scared you get of your best friend leaving at some point, don't pull away from them, because that makes a person like me feel even more diseased than I already am.
Yeah, we have like a couple of friends who've gone through the same, not the same
Buffy.
diagnosis, but what are you doing?
Just like eating the carpet.
Spaz. I mean, there's a bunch of people who I know now who are popping up with the cancer diagnosis, and they're asking me a lot of questions about how they got through it and how you're being, how did I handle it as being the best friend / sister / person.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and it's one day at a time. You do what you can. You get your crying out of the way, and then you go see them, and you make them laugh as much as possible. And I think we're still pretty much the same we would be 2 years ago, and she still hits me.
Yeah. Now we just have random moments of crying.
And now it's this. She still hits me, and then I cry. Damn it.
Because she can't hit me back because I have cancer.
That's another thing. She will get a lot of cancer perks, and I call them cancer perks. If you've also read The Fault in Our Stars, they mention cancer perks in their book, which is really funny. But yeah, there's like random things that will pop up on the doorstep, and it's like, here's a box of cookies. Or
a hat.
Yeah, or a hat. Like someone random just sent her a hat, and we don't even know who it is. So if you watch these, she says thank you.
Because the name on the name on the bag is not anybody on Facebook, so I'm thinking maybe a photography person, or no, not someone that's watching me.
No.
There was a random woman that I ran into a few months ago who says she crocheted a bunch of stuff, and I was telling her about like the fake inserts that you could crochet, like fake titties, and she was like, "Oh, well, we do that," and I gave her my mom's address, so maybe it was her. I don't know. But it's a cute little hat.
It's a cute little purple hat.
It's
purple.
Keep the sun out.
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
But
and then I brought you a hat too.
Mm-hmm.
This is my hat. Hers is silver. Yours is over there. So we have matching hats. So whenever I come to visit, we go with our hats everywhere. So I thought it was cute.
I said what? All right, so this is our what to do when your best friend gets cancer video. If you have a friend who has cancer, any type of cancer, it doesn't matter, and you don't know what to say to that friend, just tell them, I love you and I'm here for you. No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there to hold your hand.
It's going to be hard no matter which way you look at it.
It's hard on everybody, man. Cancer fucking sucks.
Yeah. But it's what you make out of the days you have with them, and you focus on making everybody laugh and having a smile on your face as much as possible. And whenever she needs to rest, you let her rest, and you watch the kids for them, or take them away for 8 hours, so they can pass out later that night.
Yeah, didn't you do that last time you were here?
I did.
You took
her, and you called me, and you're like, I have to go to the hospital, and I was like, why? I was
yeah.
Like, and then she told me she had passed out, and I was
I
like,
hit my head. That was
damn it. And I said, we're going home, boys. Let's go.
And she met us in Mertzen, and Chris took the boys, and she took me to the ER.
Yeah.
And we hung out at the ER with Kara and DJ, and it was like this crazy adventure in the hospital.
We made sure it was fun. Don't go to Walmart. I hate Walmart, but at 3 o'clock in the morning, because then all the creepy people are there.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
We need to hurry and get out. But yeah.
Thanks for listening. If you watched the whole video, and check your boobs.
Check your balls.
And when life gets really overwhelming, just think.
This too
shall
pass.
Bye, guys.
Bye.